It's nice easing back into old routines. Only now, with extra care. Let's do it for ourselves, for our loved ones, for everyone's safety.
Hurry up, let's go. Let's go.
And staying safe starts at home.
Nice.
From how we work and learn, to the little ways we find joy. If you must head out, take extra care. Making a small effort, being mindful, they go a long way to keeping us all safe. The health of all depends on each one of us. So let's work together, using new tools and keeping to our new habits to protect the people we love. At work, let's all be good team players.
Hi, morning. How are you? Good.
A little distance between us today will be good for us all tomorrow. A little care can protect the one thing that means the world to us. So let's do our part.
The views and opinions expressed by the speaker, host, commentator, or other third party in ARIVA webinars, e-learning events, and/or virtual masterclass are those of the speaker, host, commentator, or third party and do not necessarily reflect and represent the views and opinions of ARIVA. Furthermore, ARIVA does not warrant, express, or imply the merchantability and fitness for a particular purpose of any product information, service, or process presented by the speaker, host, commentator, or third party, and ARIVA specifically disclaims any legal liability or responsibility for the accuracy, completeness, or usefulness of any product information, service, or process presented. Finally, material or information presentation, opinion, process, or service by, on any trade name, trademark, manufacturer, or otherwise during ARIVA webinars, e-learning events, and/or virtual masterclass do not constitute or imply ARIVA's endorsement or recommendation of such opinion, process, service, item, or organization.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to ARIVA Academy's free live webinar this afternoon with our topic, AI and ChatGPT, how ChatGPT and generative AI will shape the future of work. I'm Kate and I'll be with you the whole afternoon as your host. I am very excited to be learning from our speaker and from all of our participants this afternoon. Now, before we get to know our speaker, I have a few reminders to make sure that our program will run smoothly the whole afternoon. ARIVA is committed to protecting your privacy, hence stricter security of this webinar has been implemented. So for better viewing of your Zoom experience, we encourage everyone to please update their Zoom application by visiting their website. And for those of you who are using their mobile gadgets to view this webinar, you can go to either the Google Play Store or the Apple Store so you can download and install the Zoom app. Now, I want to know, is someone here joining an ARIVA Academy webinar for the first time? If it's your first time, can you type hi here in the chat box? Let us know also where you are located. I'm here in Parañaque City and finally we are seeing some sun. How about you? Where are you located? How's the weather? Let us know via chat box. Hi, Alona. Good afternoon. Welcome to ARIVA Academy. Okay, I'm seeing a lot. We have someone from Cebu, from Manila, Quezon City, Pasay, Pasig, from Mindoro, from Bataan, from Laguna, from Bulacan. Hi, from Leyte, Maupay, from Benguet. We have from Malaysia. Hi, Stephanie. Welcome back. From Cagayan de Oro, from Baguio. Hi, Arabella. Welcome to ARIVA Academy. Hi, Karen, who's just in Quezon City. I hope the weather is good wherever you are. Now, let us do an audio check. I want to make sure that once our speaker is on screen, you will be able to hear his discussion loud and clear. So can you type 111 here in the chat box if you can hear me loud and clear? Type 222 if you cannot hear anything. Type 2121 if you can hear me, but the sound that you're hearing is breaking up, or I sound laggy, I sound choppy. You can also type question mark if you don't understand what is happening. We will try to help you out. Let me check. I'm seeing a lot of 111s here in the chat box. That is good to know. Thank you for that. Later, we'll have a break time. It's going to be 5 minutes long, and I will be announcing that because something exciting will also be happening during that break time. Now, participants' microphones will be temporarily disabled by our administrator during the discussion just to avoid interruptions. But for those of you who might have questions, we'll allot the Q&A portion before we end our session this afternoon. So all you have to do is click the raise hand button so you can ask your question directly to our speaker, or you can also type them here in the chat box, and then we'll be reading your questions later. An e-certificate of attendance will be awarded to participants who will successfully complete the entire masterclass, and they will be available 3 to 5 working days after the learning session. As proof of your attendance, please make sure your cameras are turned on all throughout our session. We really want to make this as interactive as possible, so we'd love to see the faces of our participants. Please use the chat box and also use the react buttons all throughout our session this afternoon. Please help us build and improve our service with your comments and your feedback. Scan this QR code that will bring you to the feedback form. Before we end our session this afternoon, please fill out the form and then send it back to us. We will greatly appreciate the feedback that you'll give us. There you have it. Now I know you're all eager to get this started, so let me introduce our speaker. Our speaker is internationally recognized as a world-class expert in sales and marketing and has been in the trenches professionally selling for almost 30 years, even up to today. 25 years ago, he started his company in San Diego from the spare bedroom of his apartment, cold calling and selling all day, 6 days a week, and he still cold calls for 1 to 2 hours every day. He began marketing and selling online through digital platforms for his own company since 2004. And in 2007, he has serviced and taught tens of thousands of companies and professionals on how to use online strategies to generate leads and convert them into paying customers. Since May 2020, he has also conducted over 500 plus trainings, webinars, online workshops, and video trainings for several thousand attendees. The primary method to generate this business was using a combination of online marketing strategies, cold calling techniques, and professional selling skills. Currently, he is residing here in the Philippines. He runs several businesses in a range of products and services, catering to B2B and B2C clients. With the unique combination of online and offline strategies and skills, the success and practical application of these strategies has resulted in successful achievement in the everyday selling habits. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome our speaker, Mr. Chris Randall.
Thank you so much, Kate, for the wonderful intro.
Good
I'm
afternoon,
excited.
Coach.
Yeah, I'm excited for today's session as well. Shall we get started?
Yes, I'm sure we are all very excited to listen to you. This one is a really
Awesome.
interesting topic, very timely.
Thank you. Afternoon, Maria Victoria. Okay. So I will share my screen now, yeah, Kate. And we have a break at 2:45, right?
Yes,
Okay, awesome. Okay, if I can ask you a favor and tell me what you see on your screen right now.
we're seeing koi fishes.
Excellent. That's exactly as I intended. Okay, so today's topic, we're going to be talking about AI and ChatGPT. To really to really go all in into this topic, yeah, we probably need days and days. But we're not going to do that. We're going to bang this out in the next 90 minutes. All right. So the what we'll be discussing today is how ChatGPT and generative AI will shape the future of work. So, work is a very broad interpretation or definition, right? So I'm going to try my very best to share that interpretation of work and how ChatGPT and AI will help you do your work. All right. And we'll also talk about, oh, is AI going to replace my job? I will give you my opinion, all right, on that in a little bit. There's a few things that I do have to mention. First is I am not an engineer, okay? I'm not a software developer or a coding expert. I'm none of those things. I'm just a simple sales professional and a simple businessman that came across initially ChatGPT in December of last year. So about what was that? About 8 months ago, 9 months ago. And what I've done is I've been able to learn how to use these platforms and these tools to make my job easier and have less gray hair. Okay, so we'll be going through all those things. All right, and this is a two-part session, and what I mean by that is the first part, we're going to cover some theory, we're going to cover some definitions, we're going to cover some applications, and it'll be me explaining things and sharing things with you. And please feel free to type a question, in the chat. And I'm going to ask Miss Kate a favor to please take note of those questions. If I can answer it right away at that moment, I will. If I don't, then make sure that we answer those questions during the Q&A portion
Mhm.
closer to the end of our session. Okay.
Sure. We'll
And
be
thank
taking
you.
note of all of them.
Thank you so much, Kate. And I want to let everybody know I'm going to make a few promises to you. Actually, one basic promise. The one basic promise is I'm going to share with you, the theoretical applications, how it's going to affect us, how we can start using it in our work, whatever your work is. All right. And I promise I will do that. And I will also show you real time. We're going to do it together, or maybe not together. I'm going to do it on the screen so that you can see how we take these theories and put it into actual practical applications for use in several areas of work. So if that hold on, let me put this screen here. So if that promise is fair, do me a favor, type in fair, FAIR, into the chat, and then we can proceed. And I see a lot of fairs coming in. Also, at the end, I'm going to ask you, this question: did I fulfill my promise? All right. Okay. So thank you so much for the responses, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like we have about 240 of us here on this session. So let's get into the first thing. Okay. We're going to be talking about practical applications of AI and ChatGPT. And one of the things that I'll do interchangeably, rather than saying AI and ChatGPT, when I say things like AI or when I say ChatGPT, to me they're interchangeable. Okay, so we're gonna get some insights today on how these things are transforming tasks and processes. I'm going to teach you how to enhance your efficiency and also get more innovative and creative. All right. So there's so many different applications. There's a whole range of applications. Okay. You can use AI, ChatGPT for chatbots, to content generation, data analysis, and I think a lot of us would get excited about this, personalized marketing. There's even ways, if you're looking for a new position, there's even ways to get AI to help you generate your CV. All right. So after the break, I'm going to show you how to use these tools. Okay. I'm also going to share with you, we're very familiar. I believe everyone is very familiar with ChatGPT. Also very familiar with like, how can I do something, like whatever you type in ChatGPT. One of the first things I want to share with you, and you need to write this down. You want to write this down. This is a very, very important distinction. The answer that you get is only as good as the question that you ask. All right. And I've actually been saying that phrase for over 20 years, because that phrase is very important when we're dealing with people. Like if you want a good answer, ask a good question. And in the last several months, I've taken that phrase and applied it to ChatGPT, to AI. So let's use ChatGPT as an example. ChatGPT is a very, very powerful engine, all right? But the engine can only produce something that is up to your expectation, that possibly exceeds your expectation, if you give it the right prompt and you give it the right instruction. And after the break at 2:45, I'm going to show you how to give the right instruction. Okay. And I'll show you the difference between writing a basic instruction and versus a detailed instruction. Okay. So we're going to boost our efficiency. I cannot tell you how quickly I can get things done. All right. Now, in fairness, I also have to mention that I still value my brain, and all of you should as well. And I'll say this: at this point of time, I do not believe, I may be wrong, but I do not believe that AI and ChatGPT can really, really replace us yet, because our mind is what makes most of the magic work in all of our responsibilities. All right. Don't get lazy when you're using AI. And after the break, I will show you exactly what I mean by not becoming lazy. All right. So I want to share some very quick tools that you should be aware of. Okay. So common AI tools, of course, we have ChatGPT. ChatGPT is like the almost like the granddaddy, right? The all-inclusive platform that can do a lot of things. Now, ChatGPT is limited as far as graphics, as far as making spreadsheets, but there's a trick to it that you can get it to do it for you. All right. Um, it cannot analyze videos. So there is some limitations to ChatGPT, but 80% of the things, 80%, sorry, let me rephrase that. I use ChatGPT 80% of the time. All right. And for most of us, it is more than enough. And then I'm going to show you how to use ChatGPT to help you with some of the other platforms. Take a picture of the screen, write these things down. For graphics, we got Leonardo AI, and we have Midjourney. Now, I started using Midjourney first, okay? After a certain amount of time, you have to go into the paid service. The paid service, if I recall correctly, is about $10 a month, which is actually very, very worth it, because you don't have to really hire a graphic designer. You don't have to like crack your head in designing things. You can use Midjourney to do that. What I used to pay $10 a month. I discontinued it because Leonardo AI came up, and I have about 150 uh, um, tokens, if you will, or I can create 150 designs with Leonardo AI at no charge. And then after that, then there's a charge. Or if you want to upgrade your designs, there's a charge. Okay. Then we got video AI. All right. Actually, it's a typo. Video should actually be spelled VIDYO. So it's VIDYO AI. And what that does is it helps you with creating videos. Then you have Runway, and you should take a look at these things. Leia Pix, helps you edit and customize your pictures. Copy Genius, if you're into copywriting, is a specific AI just for copywriting. All right. In a while, I'm going to show you a website. Okay. If you think that this list is like, with the 5 or 6 of them, it's a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, what I didn't realize, and I think what most of us do not realize, is there are thousands and thousands of AI applications, AI apps, AI platforms. And I'm going to share a website with you. All right. Website does not belong to me. Thank you, Kate, for typing that in. I'm going to share a website with you that it doesn't belong to me. Somebody created a website where they found all the AI platforms and they put them into one place. Okay, so I will share that website with you later, and you can take a look at that. All right. Okay, so we need to understand AI. We need to understand ChatGPT. All right. So AI, artificial intelligence. What does it mean? It means a processor taking information in, processing it, and giving either a solution or an equation or an answer. That's really all it is. So AI would, I guess, be kind of like our human brain, where we take a question, we analyze the question, and we give the solution or we give the answer. And this is why we come down to that basic distinction that I shared with you earlier, which is the answer that you get is only as good as the question that you ask. All right. I'm going to be talking about applications, and I'll tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, the applications for using AI and ChatGPT almost limitless. All right. How is it going to shape the future? Okay. There's a couple ways that we can look at how it's going to shape the future for us right now in this generation, not age yet, in this generational time period. Okay. We are still in the infancy, the baby stage of widespread use of AI and ChatGPT. And I want to give you a warning. All right. I want to mention this before I give you the warning. What you're learning today, there are courses out there that are going to teach less than what we're going to cover in the 90 minutes, and they're charging thousands upon thousands. All right. When Ariva Academy said, hey, Coach Chris, can we do something like this? And then it's going to be a free session. I said, you know what? I jumped at it. I said, that's a fantastic idea. We would love to do it. And so Ariva is giving back to all of you so that you have the opportunity to learn what we're talking about at no charge to you. So if you can, let's type in the comments, the chat. Thank you, Ariva. So we can give some appreciation to them. All right. So the warning is, all right, while you're typing thank you, Ariva, let's get all 300 plus of us saying thank you to Ariva. All right. So for the warning is, you cannot take something that you find in LinkedIn, that you find on Facebook, and then somebody saying, use this cheat sheet, use these prompts. Okay, you have to take that and customize it for yourself. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that as well. All right. So when we start using AI, all right, when we start using AI, we need to be aware that our brain is actually more powerful, I believe, than any AI, because AI is learning. AI has no feeling, I hope, for now, right? Okay, because a lot of people think, oh, what about Terminator? It's like, come on, right? So how do you make yourself relevant even in the face of having AI and ChatGPT? You have to put your touch, your spin, your interpretation, your expertise into it. I'll give you an example. Let's say I give you a recipe for let's say a chocolate cake. Okay, if you follow the recipe, all right, if you follow your recipe exactly, if you follow my recipe exactly, then your chocolate cake theoretically is going to taste the same as mine. But how do we pick it up a notch? You take the recipe and you add your ingredients, your flavor to it, all right, so that chocolate cake becomes unique to you. Same thing with AI and ChatGPT. You have your function. So you need to put your spin on it. And I'm going to show you an example after we have the first break. Okay. After we have the first break, I'm going to show you an example of how you're going to do that and make yourself more efficient, make yourself more valuable. Okay. Most of us, me especially, if someone submits something to me and I read it, and if I know the person, I will go, you know what? You didn't write this. Okay. So you have to, you cannot take something that's generated and just hand it off to somebody else, because it's not really your work, is it? What you should do is get that, whatever that document or that project or that output is, and put your ingredients in, put your seasoning in, mix it up a little. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is how you are going to stay relevant. Okay. Now, benefits and challenges. Okay, AI in the workplace. The challenge is, if we start to rely too much on AI and ChatGPT, the real challenge is we might be sidelined, isn't it? All right. So how do you mitigate these challenges? How you mitigate these challenges is exactly what I said in the last couple of minutes. What you have to do is you have to put your own spin on it. You have to take whatever that output is and review it, edit it, and make it your own. This is how we ensure that AI or ChatGPT does not replace us, okay? Because we are the core of that whole situation. Okay, so we need to be very, very mindful of that. Now, if you're a business owner, if you're an MD, a CEO, you can use AI, you can use ChatGPT to make your life easier. And we'll discuss how we're going to be able to do that for you. All right. Now, then we go into ethics and legal considerations, right? We have to have a balance with innovation created by anything other than our brain and our heart. And we have to have an ethical responsibility, isn't it? Right? With that ethical responsibility, we have the ethical framework, and then we have legal considerations. Can you really put a prompt into, example, ChatGPT? Can you really put a prompt in there, and then ChatGPT generates the response, and then you say, "This is my work now." I guess you could probably do that, but then we fall into the question: can you do that for an examination essay paper? Can you use it for your thesis, right? Can you pass it off that it's your homework, right? So if we take, because these were the legal and ethical considerations when AI ChatGPT first came out, college students, university students, high school students, especially in the West, in America, they were using ChatGPT to generate their essays and passing it off as their own. And this is not a new problem. It's an old problem with a new spin. And then because of that, other platforms came out with plagiarism checker or copywriting checker. All right, it's embarrassing to me. All right, I would be embarrassed. I would really be embarrassed if, let's say, I typed a prompt into ChatGPT, and then it came up with the response, and then I just took it and I gave it to someone. I would be so embarrassed if they were to ask me, "Hey, did ChatGPT write this?" Okay, I would be very embarrassed because I've been doing this for over 20 years, generating content, agreements, and the marketing materials, the whatnot. All right, so when you use these platforms, when you use these tools, please make sure you adhere to ethics at the minimum. Okay, because legal has a higher bar, doesn't it? All right. Now, I'm not saying that you cannot use it to generate agreements, generate contracts, or things like that. You certainly can. In cases like that, you're not really, plagiarizing anything, because there are templates that you can find freely. Okay. And I'm going to show you how I use these tools to keep it within the ethical and legal considerations. Now, then we come up with another spin on this. That's for, like, if it's a text. Let's say you generate a text document. What if you're generating, a picture or a poster or something graphics, right? My opinion on this is that you are within ethical and legal boundaries with where graphics is concerned, because what was the old way? And I'm not saying anybody did this. I'm not saying that I did this, but it's very common. All right. The old way was someone typed into Google, give me an image of a XYZ, whatever it is, right? And then it comes up with all the images, and then we just took it and then we copy and paste. So is that ethical? Is that legal? My suggestion is that the answer is no in both cases. Now, if you were to use something like, example, Leonardo AI or Midjourney, the instructions that you give to the AI in Leonardo or Midjourney comes from you. And then what happens is the AI interprets that instruction, and then they generate an image. Now, they generate an image from various sources, or they learn over time, and the probability of that AI generating an exact duplicate image of something that is already in existence, to me, is quite slim. All right. I have noticed something that is becoming a little bit more common nowadays, and this to me, all right, has the ethical and possibly the legal. There's a question. I think, Kate, you can handle that one. Yeah. Okay. So in this instance that I'm about to share with you, the ethical and the legal considerations, I would be careful with this. So I'm noticing that there's a lot of content generators where they pull out famous sayings, right? And then they use AI to generate like a talking image of let's say Abraham Lincoln or Sun Tzu or whoever it is, like philosophers. And then they have the sayings, and then they make the philosophers kind of talk those words, right? So to me, right, to me, that is a little bit lazy, right? It's a little bit lazy. To use AI to make yourself look really smart, but it didn't take hardly any effort at all. When I notice things like that, all right, my esteem for the person that posted the content actually goes down many, many notches. It goes down, all right. So I'll ask all of you this question. So to what I just mentioned, do you kind of agree with what I said? If you agree, type in agree. If you do not agree, perfectly fine to not agree with me. Type in don't agree. So I'll wait. Right? Yeah, I think most of us will feel that way. So here's the point of that. All right, make your output, make what you generate unique. Make it something special. And even though even though ChatGPT AI tools can make it easier for you, the concept I'm going for is making us more efficient and productive and innovative and creative, right? And not lazy. That's my whole point, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Now, what are the emerging trends? Okay. Maybe I'll pose this question to ladies and gentlemen. I'll pose this question to you. Okay. How do you see AI and ChatGPT? Two things. You can answer either one. Um, how do you see AI and ChatGPT making an impact for your position or your responsibility or your function or in your workplace? And do you think it's a negative or a positive impact? So if you think it's negative, type in negative. If you think it's positive, type in positive. But also at the same time, when you write positive, tell me why you think it's positive. If it's negative, tell me why you think it's negative. So I'll wait about 30 seconds for the answers to come in. I see a lot of positive. I think we're on the right track. Somebody said makes the life easier, makes it more efficient, can be used as a good reference. Positive. Somebody put just a plus sign. Positive. Yeah, positive. If you know how to use it, increase your productivity, save time, increase productivity. And I think we're all on the right track. I have to I like that one, Kara. It makes you understand your client's needs. Okay, more efficient. Yeah, I will admit something to you. Okay. Yes, Justine, very, very good. Okay. So I will admit something to you and I will tell you that I was wrong. All right. In mind, good use of deposit time. Yes, time. Time is our most important, isn't it? Maria Victoria. Lance, it can actually be a negative. Yes, and I gave an example of the negative, isn't it? When they use the talking figures and they just put the text, right? Um, however, when you're a student, it helps you to be lazy sometimes. Yes, it can. It can. But I'll ask you this question. If it helps us to be lazy sometimes, what is the real difference between a Google search and AI or ChatGPT? They were both there to allow us the opportunity to become lazy, isn't it? Right? Okay. So I'll admit something to you. I was wrong. I'm wrong in having that idea when I first came across ChatGPT around November plus last year. So someone came up to me and said, "Hey, have you heard of ChatGPT?" And I go, "Yeah, I think I have." And then they said, "What do you think of it?" I said, "You know what? I'm not in favor of it. I think it's going to make us lazy. Nothing will replace my skill. Nothing will replace my brain. And I didn't say this out loud, but in my head was, anybody that uses something like ChatGPT is a lazy person. That's what I was thinking when I first came across it. And then I was like, I'll give it a try. I'll give it a try. I'll give it a try. And ladies and gentlemen, I use these platforms every single day, every single day. And so my idea that it makes you lazy, and it's not a good thing, it's going to replace all kinds of jobs. I will say that I'm wrong in today's context. Okay. I don't know if that's going to be the case in 12 months or 1 year or 2 years or 5 years or 10 years. I don't know. All right. Maybe only the AI and ChatGPT knows. Okay. So here's what we need to do. What we need to do is, how are we going to start to implement it? How are we going to start to implement it in our responsibilities and our workplace? Okay. On a bigger picture level, you need to have an action plan on how it's going to integrate. Now, on a more macro level or on a lower level or a smaller picture, like the everyday things that we are concerned about, right? We need to have goals and milestones. If you don't know how to do this, ChatGPT will help you create an action plan and develop your goals and milestones for you. If you ask it the right question, you can input your objectives, and it can create that for you. All right. So you must have a plan that you can put into action. Okay. So if this makes sense, type in "make sense" or "makes sense." MAKESSENSE. If it doesn't, just put an X. And you can put an X if you wish. All right. As I mentioned when we started in the very, very beginning, I'm not an engineer, software developer, or anything like that. In fact, I would be very hesitant to have an engineer teach us this topic. All right. Because everything that I'm sharing with you, and I will share with you, is actually from practical use. In fact, let me just show you this. I got this off of someone sharing. Hold on, let me just close this out. Escape this. Let me share this with you. Okay, so I copied this for the purpose of this session today. I'm not going to mention who put it up or where I found it. I just copied and pasted. In fact, let me make it just a little bit bigger. These buzzwords, right? You have the blue ocean strategy or scenario planning, observe, orient, decide, and act. Have all these buzzwords, right? So their suggestion was, okay, apply, the blue ocean strategy to do this. And, to me, this is a very basic, simple, too basic instruction. Okay. So remember, the answer that you get is only as good as the question that you ask. So I'm gonna teach you or share with you after the break how to take something like this, all right, which is too basic and it doesn't really help you. How you're gonna take something like this and make it more detailed for your purpose. If you would like to have that, type in a capital Y in the chat right now after the break. Okay, excellent. So let me get back to the slides. Okay, now as you're typing all the capital Y's, right? As you're typing that, so let's cut through the hype. All right. At this present moment in time, okay, I'm not going to say in 1 year or 3 years or 5 years. There's a lot of hype. There's a lot of people saying that, oh, AI, ChatGPT will do everything for you. Okay, It cannot, all right? ChatGPT will not generate a response without an input from you. Okay? It will not generate a response without an input from you. I'll give you an example. If you drive a car, can you just sit in the car? All right? Can you just sit in the car and the car will go on its own? No. You got to turn the engine, got to put it in gear, you have to steer it, you have to do the lights and give the direction. Think of it that way, all right? Until, and I think we're pretty close, until the day that we have self-driving cars as a common thing. We do have self-driving cars somewhere, right? But it's not going to replace the taxis, the jeepneys, the tricycles, the trains and the planes. It's not, right? So right now, the hype is, oh, AI can do everything and it doesn't need us. No, it still needs us in order to give the input, to give the prompt. Okay. Now, in general, AI promises that it's going to make us more efficient, more productive, more innovative, and more creative. This I agree with. But we need us to do the prompt, to give the instruction. Okay. A software will not work if somebody did not sit down and do the coding. Now, in fairness, you can give the instruction to an AI, I want this coding, and it will do it for you, right? But you still need to go through it line by line to make sure that it's fully functional. Okay, so the practical steps. Okay, if you are not using ChatGPT or AI now, my encouragement to you is that you must start now. You must start. Okay. Getting and you can start with ChatGPT. It's very simple. I think everybody knows. You go to open.ai and you sign up for a free account. When I started with the OpenAI ChatGPT, I got the free account, and I can tell you that I was irritated, impatient, because it was always like, it's we're being overused now. Come back later. If some of you have experienced that, right? So what I did was I actually liked the way that it was helping me in my work. So what I did was I paid for the upgraded version, which I believe is called 3.5 3.5 and 4.0. All right. The 4.0 was really fast. But I kind of like the 3.5 version because it was more, I think the word I would look for is it's more personal or more personable. Okay. I stopped the paid version when they upgraded ChatGPT from 3.0 to the free version 3.5. And then the paid version is 4.0. Will it go to 5.0, 6.0, 10.0? Whatever, I'm sure that they will. Okay. And I'm sure at some point in the future, we will probably have to think about getting the paid version. If I remember, it was like $20 per month. I paid it for 2 months. And then I found that, hey, the free version is already at 3.5. I didn't need to pay for the upgraded version. What I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, is that there's enough people paying the subscription for these things that allows us to use it for free. However, there is one word of caution. Eventually all of these will be paid. If it's not paid, then it's going to be collecting information about us or on us for use at some point in the future. I think that kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Right? Okay. So let's talk about how you can use AI and ChatGPT, and then we'll take a break, and then I'll share my screen on how I use some of the things that I'm going to share with you now that are the practical applications. Okay. Okay. So, um, virtual personal assistant. Now, a personal assistant is hard to replace, right? Because it's like, hey, call this person, send this email, whatever it is. But sometimes we say, hey, I need you to draft a document, right? I need you to draft a document. Instead of giving this to a PA or a secretary, you get ChatGPT to draft a document. And I'll show you one of the things that I did. Okay. I also do some work for a website development company based in the US, and they contracted me to search for leads and prospects. Okay. And we use a different kind of platform, AI platform, to generate those leads, right? Um, However, somebody needs to be in contact with them. Okay. And instead of calling all these hundreds of leads and prospects, I wrote a cold email, all right, to send via email, and I'll share with you the process of how that email got written using ChatGPT. All right. Then we have e-commerce recommendations. AI can analyze user behavior and preferences to provide personalized product recommendations and help in sales. Now, type in me, if you use Shopee or Lazada or even Facebook Marketplace. Okay. I did a search last night on Facebook Marketplace because I just got a car and I want to do nano coating, right? I want to do nano coating. So I went to Facebook Marketplace. I typed last night nano coating wax, right? So I was searching, and then I looked through, and then I put my phone down for about 10 minutes, and then I picked up my phone and I went to Facebook. Guess what? One of the first ads I saw in my Facebook feed. Anybody want to guess? Just type in what your guess is. What I saw. Perlin nano coating. I got an ad for nano coating. I'm still getting ads for nano coating until this morning. That's an example of the e-commerce recommendation. Okay. If you've been on Shopee or Lazada and you search for a particular product, and then you go to, what is it called? Let me see, what is it called? Let me go to my Shopee. The daily discover, right? When you search for something, in about 5 or 10 minutes, the things that you were searching for and the related products, starts going in, right? Algorithm, right? Bettina, but is that correct? Bettina, yeah, algorithm. So you can use this now. These are multi-million-dollar companies. We can leverage on that. For example, if you use Facebook ads, this is how you can leverage Facebook's algorithm when you do ads. All right. Now, this is not a Facebook course, but this would be an example. Then you have educational chatbots. Okay. How would I explain? Okay, so Kate mentioned that I'm in the Philippines. I was actually born in Singapore, grew up in Singapore. My dad is American, my mom is Chinese. So I grew up in Singapore. Then I went to the US. I spent 20 years in the US. Then I was in Malaysia for 11, 12 years. And then I'm in the Philippines now. In the Philippines, I'm actually in Davao City. So in Davao City is Bisaya, correct? All right. So I use ChatGPT to have conversations to get myself stronger in a language. All right. So this is how you can use that for translation, for conversation, for learning language. Okay. Skipping through a couple: quality control, cybersecurity, speech recognition. Right. This is how we do text to speech, right, or speech to text. Healthcare. The old way was like the WebMD, if you're familiar with that. You type in your symptoms, and then it gives the basic diagnosis, right? Inventory management. This is my favorite, creative content ideas. All right. Then we have customer support. I'm I have a school here in Davao. We started the school in December. The school is doing very, very well. We go very heavy on Facebook ads and conversations with parents on Facebook Messenger. Okay. The exciting news is in the last 3 weeks, I sold 4 franchises. We're opening 4 branches, 4 additional branches in the next within the next 2 months. All right. So we went from starting the school in December, doing all the systems and processes, and in right in August we sold 4 branches. All right, so we're growing very fast. All right, so because of that, I'm looking into how we're going to integrate a customer support chatbot or system into our marketing, because we're getting on the one branch we are getting about 35 to 45 inquiries by Facebook Messenger per day. Okay, so I have 3 people, including myself, answering those messages. And what we're finding is that all the questions are the same. They're all the same. And it's a little bit boring and tedious to answer the same questions over and over again, but I'm okay with that because it generates us revenue. But I have to start looking into a chatbot, because where I am, we can actually handle about 16 to 18 branches, and we have a branch opening in Manila sometime in November. Okay. Then we have predictive, all right, trying to tell the future, right? But it's not magic. We have to understand this concept, all right? The concept is cause and effect, all right? Cause and effect. Everything that we do, the basis is cause and effect. Do this, do this, do this, get this result. Do this, do this, do this, do this, get this result. So you have to input the do this, do this, do this, do this. What will the result be? Okay. Content generation, HR and recruitment, personalized marketing for your business, for your products, your service, for yourself, in the form of a CV and resume. We put on an ad, I think early last week, for teachers and administrative staff. And I think we got probably about close to 60 or 70 CVs. Okay. I've had my business since 1998. I know what a good CV looks like, and I know what a not so good CV looks like. Okay. In the last 24, 25 years, I have hired and fired hundreds. Okay. And I can tell you that if you have a CV, if you have a resume, even if you're not looking for a job, put it into ChatGPT to make it to get it to give you suggestions on how to make it better. This is the healthcare we talked about, the financial forecasting we talked about. Oh, sorry, we didn't talk about. You can there are apps and platforms out there that can help you calculate your budget, your incoming revenue, forecasting, right? And then I mentioned about learning the language or even language translation. This one, okay, this one you can use it to analyze. You can even create a legal document, right? You can create a legal document and you edit it and then you let it review again. Okay, so here's a question I'll ask you before I turn you over back to Miss Kate. The question is, everything that I've shared so far, what is the 1 or 2 things that you like so far before we go to the break? Please don't tell me nano coating products. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. What is the one thing or two things that you liked about what you learned so far before we go on the break? Or you're still thinking which one you like? All right. So let's do this, Kate. I'm going to turn it back over to you right now. I'll stop my share, and then we'll take a break, and then we'll come back, and then we'll do the practical stuff. Is that okay with you?
Yes, it is. I'm seeing some answers already. Trisha,
Oh, okay.
AI is used for practicing new languages. That's also very interesting for me. The other one from Karen is other free AI tools. And
Yeah.
from Maria Victoria, helpful assistance it can give us in tasks we may have.
But some people still joking with me. They still put nano coating.
We also got interested in that.
Yeah.
Probably Googling it already.
Maybe. So I'll turn it over to you, Kate, and then I'll see you in a few minutes.
Thank you so much, Coach Chris. Okay,
Thank
good
you.
afternoon again, everyone. I'm back. That means it's break time. I mentioned a while ago that something exciting will be happening during this break time because right now we're going to play a game, and this game will have two winners. Each winner will be receiving 200 pesos. Imagining you get to learn from our speaker for free and at the same time be 200 pesos richer. So let's do this. The game is called Guess the Movie. Yes, so this is how the game goes. We will be showing you short clips or short trailers of a particular movie. And this is what you have to do. You have to be the first one to type the complete and correct title of that movie here in the chat box. You really have to be very fast because this chat box will be moving so fast. We have a lot of participants here, I know, who are eager to get that 200 pesos. Again, just a reminder, it has to be the complete and correct title. So for you guys to get the feel of the game, let's do a trial run. This is just a sample run. No prize yet, but I want you to start guessing the title of this movie.
They're calling an army.
I've seen firsthand, these things really are.
Bumblebee, there is only one way to end this war. You must protect Earth and its people.
Take it down!
Okay, here are the answers. We have Transformers, Transformer. Okay, so the other one is plural, the other one is singular. We have Bumblebee and Bumblebee. Okay, there's two variations of Bumblebee, one word and then two words. Any other answer? Transformer 1. Transforments. Let's see. Let's reveal. What's the title of that movie? It is Bumblebee, and it's just one word. Okay, so again, let me remind everyone, we are looking for the complete and correct title. Even the spacing should be correct. No extra words and no missing words. And we are also not going to accept typo errors. Okay, so I hope everyone's ready because this next clip will give you 200 pesos. Let's watch it.
I'm not infected. I'm not infected. Please.
Nothing happened the way it was supposed to happen. 6 billion people on Earth when the infection hit. I'm a survivor living in New York City. I will be at the South Street Seaport every day at midday when the sun is highest in the sky.
Okay, here are the answers I'm seeing here in the chat box. We have flu, we have the flu, we have I am legend, we have the flu, different spelling, we have Greenland, we have I am. So mostly those are the answers, but what is the right answer? Let's see, what's the title of that movie? It is Yes, I Am Legend. The first one who was able to type it correctly, we have Renel. Jermina, congratulations, Renel, you will receive 200 pesos from Ariva Academy. This is what you have to do, Renel. Send your GCash account number privately. Look for Ariva Academy Philippines here in the chat box. Send that to us privately and then wait for your prize. We'll be sending it to you in a little while. Okay, Renel, congratulations again. Now, Renel, because you won already, you will not be able to join the game anymore. Is that okay? Because we want to give chance to others now. Okay, congratulations again. And to everyone else, one more 200 pesos is for you. Might be yours, so let's watch this one. There you go. Okay, here goes. The answers are San Andreas. So there are two people who typed San Andreas. I'm wondering what did they watch? We have MIB, we have Men in Black, we also have MBI. Let's see, what are the other answers? We have MIB3, we have NBI. And there are really people who are typing in San Andreas here in the chat box. We also have Men in Black 2. Let's see, what is the title of that movie? It is Men in Black, the first one who was able to type it correctly. We have Sean Patrick. Congratulations, Sean. You are the last winner, and you will also receive, of course, 200 pesos from Ariva Academy. So, Sean, send your GCash account number to Ariva Academy Philippines here in the chat box. Wait for our message. We'll be sending it to you. Congratulations. Yes, Ricky, ang bilis ng kanilang fingers. Congratulations. Ang bilis nilang mag-type. So to our two winners, congratulations. 200 pesos richer. Now, before I give the floor back to Coach Chris, I have a few more announcements to make. Stay on top of our insights and updates. Stay connected with Ariva Academy. You can join Ariva Academy's Facebook group. You can also like Ariva Academy's Facebook page. You can also follow us in LinkedIn, and also you can check out our website, ariva.com.ph. I'm also inviting everyone to be a part of the growing Ariva Academy Viber community. All you have to do is scan this QR code, and instantly you will be inside our Viber community. So we are looking forward to welcome you there. Now, for those of you who might have missed the other topics that we have for our free live webinars, don't fret, because you can all catch them in our YouTube channels. All you have to do is subscribe to these channels, Ariva Academy and ARIVAtalks. Let me also inform you about our in-house programs. For those of you who are interested in inviting our speakers to conduct a program exclusive for your team, for your whole company even, we can help you do that. Give us a call, 0916-695-4418, or send us an email, and then let us know what topic you need, what topic you have in mind. Here are some of the programs that we offer, but we have a lot more than these ones, okay? Give us a call, email us. We'll help you partner with the right speaker under Ariva Academy Speakers Bureau for that. Now, also, let me invite you to some of our upcoming learning events. Here are some of them. September 12th, we have another free live webinar happening with the topic, Authenticity and Ikigai in the Workplace. How to feel fulfilled at work and in life. So really, this one is for free, still just like this one, and it will be on September 12th already. On September 13, we have Company Policy, Elements of Administrative Investigation and Progressive Discipline. September 14 and 15, MS Excel Bootcamp, Intermediate to Advanced MS Excel Skills for Office Productivity. On September 20, How to Effectively Terminate a Problem Employee and Avoid Costly Illegal Dismissal Cases. So for those of you who are with HR, join us. This will be on September 20 already. 8 Effective Technical and Report Writing Skills for Peak Performance will be on September 21. On September 27, the Purpose-Driven Employee, developing purpose-driven organizations to increase employee engagement. On the same day, we have guerrilla selling strategies in today's dynamic business landscape. Strengthening communication skills at work, how to be more assertive in a hybrid work environment. On September 28 also, decoding property transfers and taxes. On October 3, another free live webinar with the topic, this time, employee engagement as a competitive advantage. The next free live webinar will be on October 6, Horenzo, Japanese Philosophy, Effective Communication Skills in the Workplace. Marketing communications and promotions, best marketing communication tools to boost your business. This will be our topic on October 11. On the same day, we have DOLE Department Order 174. These are updates on contractualization. On October 12, Blue Ocean Leadership and Emotional Intelligence. So that will be on October 12 already. The following day, October 13, Unleash Your Inner Charisma and Boost Your Confidence for Success. On October 18, Enhancing Administrative Support Service Assistant Skills. On the same day, Everything You Don't Know About VAT and Other Business Taxes. Essentials of Strategic Planning. This will be our topic on October 19. On October 20, LinkedIn Breakthrough. Transform your business with winning LinkedIn strategies. Work Ethics, Attitude, and Values Enhancement in the Workplace. This will be on October 25. So there you have it. Those are the programs that we have for the rest of the month until next month. For those of you who are interested in joining them, especially the other free live webinars that we have, all you have to do is go to our website, ariva.com.ph, and then you can register online. So we're looking forward to welcoming you again in those future learning events. Now, I won't be taking much of your time anymore. I'll be giving the floor back to Coach Chris.
Thank you, Kate. Okay, so I'm going to put a website in the chat comments here. All right. And you can take that and then let me share my screen because we're going to go into practical applications now. All right. So the website is Futurepedia.io. And I want to make sure that y'all can see my screen and the website. Just one or two people tell me yes.
Yes, you can see it.
Okay, awesome. So this one collects all the AIs and all those platforms. Look at that. I mean, it's amazing. We only talk about ChatGPT, Leonardo, Midjourney, but there is an AI literally for anything that you can think of. You want to create a PowerPoint, it's here. You want to, make an engine for e-commerce, it's here. You want to have a personal AI assistant, it's here. You have all these, and ladies and gentlemen, there are thousands of these. All right. I actually hesitated in making a decision to share this with you because it can be a little bit overwhelming. But then, I decided I will share it with you. Not many people know about this website. In fact, if we look at this, 150,000 plus people know about this website worldwide. And now if you go there, it just increased by 300. All right. So you can search for an AI tool here. Look, there's 5,000 AI tools. I told you there were thousands of them, right? So there's 5,000 AI tools. Let's take a look at this. All the categories. These are all the categories. Copywriting, whatever you see. And the probability of you finding an AI that can help you do it is here. Okay, So do you all like this? If you like this website, it's not my website. If you like it, type in LIKE, like. Okay. So we'll go into a few things right now. I'm going to close this out because we don't need this anymore. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my, hold on, let me move this here. Okay, so let me close this out. I know you're seeing my fish on the screen, but I'm going to show you this, all right? So I was mentioning the email, the cold email that I needed to generate, right? Or to create, to get inquiries. So I've been writing marketing brochures, content, copywriting, scripts for over 20 years, all right? So let me make this a little bit bigger. Can you all see it with without any real problems? Oh, let me move this over. Okay, can you all see? I just made my browser a little bit bigger. I'll go bigger. Okay, so let me do this and let's see. Hold on, yeah. I'm going to create a new screen. Okay, so over here, do you see my instruction, right? Okay, you don't need to read it yet. Let's say I type this in. I want you to write a cold call email for me. That's what most people would do. I sell website designs. Okay, so that's what we get. All right. Okay. So whatever the response is whatever the response is. It's actually quite detailed, but let's try this. This is what I did. So basically I said the same thing, but I am a top-notch professional salesperson who possesses all the selling skills required. All right. So I'm telling the AI, I'm telling ChatGPT, I want you to act like a top-notch professional salesperson who has selling skills. I'm telling it that you're selling website development, sales funnels, and Google Business Profile services. Please write a whole outreach email. And here's the difference with an attention-grabbing subject line, intro line for the email, listing the services, and at least 3 benefits for each, and an invitation to book an initial conversation of less than 20 minutes. Feel free to add anything that I missed out. Give me your draft and I will review it and I will edit it and I'll resend it to you for further editing and improvement. Then I ask it, does all this make sense? And do you have any questions before you start? And then hit enter. Okay. So, okay. Do you see the difference in this? Okay. It's very basic, right? And this, it's more detailed. Remember, the answer that you get is only as good as the question that you ask. So I have the service listed, explaining the service. It gives 3 benefits for each one, which is exactly what I told it to do. Okay, so then this is what it generated. And so I copied it. Listen first, yeah, I didn't copy and use it, all right? I copy it and I put it in and then I edited it, all right? So before I went further, I said, what are the 5 main problems businesses are facing with, low quality websites? So these are the things. So I'm gathering information for myself to use in the email, right? Anymore, because maybe it doesn't give complete. So it's almost like, hey, let's see, Rose Carla, what do you like about example? You don't need to answer. Hey Carla, Rose Carla, what do you like about McDonald's? Oh, I like the Big Mac. Example, yeah. What else do you like? I like the milkshake before they stopped making milkshakes. What else do you like? I like the way they do their fries. You see, it's like a conversation, right? So you're having a conversation. You got to think of it. Yes, it's an AI, but think of it as the more you interact with it, the more it learns about you and your purpose. Okay, so it tells me all these things. Okay, so then I took all that information and I edited the email. All right, so this, and I won't read every line. I won't read every line. So I rewrote the email. See, this is the problems that most people face, right? This is my first line. Yes, it's a sales email. All right. And then we go into, I can help you. So these are the problems that you probably have. Are you going to have all of them? No. Are you going to have at least one or two? Probably. So these are the problems that my leads will probably have. And even if you experience just one, I can help you resolve these things. How? These are the three things that I can help you with. All right. And then I go into book the time. So I gave this back to ChatGPT and I said, this is the instruction. Okay. My instruction is, let me have your thoughts or edits on this. All right. And here's the answer. Okay. I'm being complimented by an AI. All right. Your email draft looks great. Managed to this, and this is exactly what I was going for. Urgency, highlighting the challenges, and providing clear benefits. Okay. And this came from my brain, right? So, and then it breaks it down. Your subject line is attention grabbing and intriguing. So, but to make it more interesting, it suggested making a change. Your introductory paragraph, okay, add a touch of curiosity, okay. The challenges, consider adding a short sentence, service description, CTA, closing paragraph, signature. Okay. I looked at all of their suggestions. Can anybody guess how many suggestions that they gave here that you see on your screen? How many suggestions that I took and implemented in my email? Does anybody want to guess? Out of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Out of these 7 suggestions, anybody want to guess how many I accepted? You can answer 1 to 7. I accepted 1, which was the subject line. Okay, so do y'all like this example so far? To help you write a sales email. And you know what? If you're not in the selling profession, perfectly fine. I'm giving you the structure. All right. So let's say, let me, I should have done this earlier. Let me ask all of you a favor. Just type in what is your title or position, and if you can tell me what your company does, because maybe I'll use one of you as an example in the next few minutes. Just do that real quick for me, all right? But whatever your function is, I gave you, okay, sales developer, payroll, okay, unit trust, marketing, healthcare, okay. Let's do this. Let's do this. Who is the marketing healthcare? Akira Joy. Let's try this. Okay. Let me copy this and we'll just do it as an example. All right. We'll just do it as an example. All right. Now we're going to change the instruction and I'm going to paste it here. I want you to act like a top-notch professional salesperson who possesses all the selling skills required. You are selling, I'll just do basic, all right? You're selling healthcare services. Okay, so we changed that. You're selling healthcare services. Please write a cold outreach email with a whatever. Yeah, so I think this is fine, right? Okay, so let's see what we get. See, we didn't give it a complete instruction. What is the details or preferences regarding the healthcare services you like to promote. I'm going to put it in this way. Basic medical protection for illness. Let's see, illness and surgery. So this may not be exactly what you sell. Okay. I'm just going to give laboratory tests. You know what? Let's basic medical protection for illness and surgery and lab testing. We'll just use that. And please understand this is hypothetical. All right. I'm not saying Akira Joy, you must use this. What I'm doing is I'm showing everybody how simple it is. All right. So we put this in. Okay. There. Okay, so this is the result that we get. I think this is better than, hi, my name is Chris. I'm with this XYZ company, and we do lab testing. If you have any need for lab testing, please reply to this email. And I think that's what most companies do, right? But now, with the help of ChatGPT, we now have a very decent, professional-looking cold email. Would you all agree? If you agree with me, just type in Y, the capital Y. Okay, let me move this over here and let me find another example for us to take a look at. I have to move it over because I cannot show everything. Let's see, I cannot show everything in the, oh, you know what? I want to show you this first. Okay, so we bring this back. So I now have the email. In the older days, if I were to create a marketing plan and a territory, right? And then I got to think about, oh, who's the target market? Let me show you what I did after this. All right. Let me scroll down a little. So it analyzed my email. It said that I'm very smart. Okay. Thank you, ChatGPT, for saying I'm smart. Okay. And then we go a little further. Now, I already taught the AI, this is my product. This is the service I want to sell, correct? Okay, so I've already taught it without really teaching it that this is what I'm selling. So my next question, okay, I got the email. My next question is, who can I sell to? See, for this content, what industry should I target and focus on? Okay, this is what it said. Based on the content of your email, you can, whatever is the answer, right? So it gives me this, small and medium business. How am I going to search for small and medium business? All right. So, but it gives me the list. It gives me the list and I tell it, thank you for the industries, because I'm a polite person, right? And when you say thank you, it's always is what my mother taught me. Okay. So thank you for the industries. Now, this is not the answer that I want, is it? It's not a complete or detailed answer. Okay, so then I go, give me a breakdown for each breakdown of the types of companies. Now we're getting somewhere. Small and medium, I can do local retailers, restaurants, and so on and so forth, right? Then I'm still not that happy. Add more types. I want you to be more comprehensive. Okay, then we have this, right? It's more comprehensive. Okay, I won't, you don't need to read each line, but you can see the content is becoming more and more, and it's becoming more detailed and elaborate. Okay, so now I want you to combine your two answers into one. So it's easier for me to copy and paste, right? Okay, see, now my small and medium, it's double than what it was. But let's see if we can do better. So I went more. Okay, I'm going to scroll through very quickly. Just understand that I'm asking it for more detail and it's giving me more detail. Okay, then over here, I go, need more. I need more, dude, right? So then it gives me more. It gives me a whole lot more. I'm going to scroll past this because I want to show you my next stage. Okay, so I wanted to put everything into a spreadsheet. And so I gave it the wrong instruction. All right. Now I'm giving it the right instruction here. Okay, so it's putting everything into a spreadsheet. All I have to do is copy and paste into Excel. Okay, then I want to consolidate everything. All right, now I'm going to scroll down a lot more. Just know that it gets more detailed. More detail. All of these are industries that I can hit. Okay, there's no shortage now. Look how much there is. Okay, and I'm getting even more detail. Look at how much detail I have. Ladies and gentlemen, this took me about 20 minutes to 30 minutes. If I was doing it by hand, which I've done before, it would probably have taken me at least a day, day and a half, 2 days, or even 3 days. Look, it's giving me everything now. So now I have this. Let me go all the way down. Okay. So let me go here. All right. So now I go, okay, let me move down some more. Okay. Oh, even more. Hold on. Okay. So now I want to know what are the cities that I can target, right? Okay. So it gives me, so here's the instruction. What's the metropolitan areas in Philippines I can target? Give me a list. So it gives me the list. Okay. Then any others? Then I go into tier 2. Any others? So now, ladies and gentlemen, so now I have the email, I have the types of businesses, and I have the locations of those businesses. And all of this was done within maximum, including the email and the review, 30 to 45 minutes. Do you all like this example? If you like it, type in yes. If you don't like it, just type in an X. Okay, let me move this over. Let me show you another one. Okay, hold on. Just bear with me a second. Okay, let's see. Which one should I? Okay. Okay. Here's. I don't know if I should admit this. This is how a bit lazy I've become. So I mentioned that we bought a car, so I'm selling a 2000 Toyota Lexus. So I want to do a FB marketplace. Okay, so this is instruction. Help me write a sales ad on FB marketplace for this car. Give me the outline and I'll fill in the blanks. Okay, so this gives me the outline. Do you see? Okay, and then I use my brain. And I filled in the blanks. See, it gave me features here, right? And I filled in the details. And I asked it to review, right? Because the instruction is check this and review, right? So, hey, you know what? I like it when I get compliments. Okay, your ad looks great, but I have a few suggestions. Okay, so it gave me some suggestions. I actually took about 70 to 80% of the suggestions on this one. Okay, do you see? And this was done, ladies and gentlemen, from the time that I started typing here to where I ended up here. It took me less than 10 minutes. How do you like that for saving time and productivity? If you like that, type in LIKE. Okay, let me find another example. Okay, hold on. Let me check now. Okay, so now here's the so I mentioned that we sold franchises, and so with the franchise, I have to write a franchise manual, right? Okay, franchise manuals run anywhere from 40 pages to 200, 300 pages, and we're running a school, so it's very complicated. All right, so if I were to sit down and list down all the all the sections and everything. Just to list down the sections that I would need would probably take me 2 days. Okay, so these are the instructions. Okay, I'm not going to go through line by line, but just know that it's detailed. Okay, okay, look, it's all the instructions are here. Okay, so then I asked, did all this make sense? Instructions clear? Yes, instructions is clear. So I'm getting it to repeat back to me that it understands exactly. So then I go, yes, your understanding is correct. Now, ask me the questions that you need in order to generate the document. So these are the questions that it is asking me so that it can help me generate a franchise manual. Okay, everything makes sense so far. So this is where a bit of the laziness came in. Okay, so for example, I can sit down and write exactly what is the mission, right? I can do that. Probably take me 45 minutes, 30 minutes. But the laziness in me, no, I'm sorry. The more efficient part of me, okay, decided to do this. So I said, I'll review, whatever. When I answer, I'll mention the question number as labeled above by you. And then I'm thinking, can I do it in a word? It says no, I'm answering it. And then this is the efficiency and the productivity part of me, not the laziness. Yeah. I said, can you suggest a mission for me and I'll edit it? Okay. And it did. And so I took it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's easier to edit. And I don't know if this is really a bad thing to say. It's easier to edit something than it is to create from zero. I hope that makes sense. Okay. Then I thought, you know what? Maybe I can do the same thing for all the rest of the questions, and I did. Okay, but let me go to the end. Okay, everything in. Here is my outline. Okay, for the whole, it's my outline for the franchise manual. From start to finish, from the time that I started that first question all the way to the end. Okay. Let me show you this part also. Hold on. Hold on. Sorry. Okay. So all the way to the end, up to here, which is a franchise manual, probably took 1.5 hours max. Now, I'm not saying the manual is complete, but it gives me an excellent framework. Then I have to create the franchise agreement, and I ask it. I have an agreement ready. I put it in, and I ask it, can you review the franchise agreement and offer any suggestions? Okay, and it told me it looks comprehensive, and I love getting compliments from ChatGPT. It looks comprehensive and well structured, covering this and this and this. But we suggest that you add in these. And do you know what's the percentage of the instructions or suggestions that I took? 100% of it. I added it into the agreement. Now, let me show you something here. Okay, let me show you something here. Let's try this. Okay, let me scroll through and see what other business there is here. Okay, hold on. Support manager for bike accessories. Okay, let's try this. Let's see, that is Roger. So I'm just going to use the same prompt because I'll erase it later on. Okay, let's say I want to write a Facebook post, for example. I supply bike accessories. Is it bicycle or motorbike, Roger? Let's see. I supply bike accessories. I'm just going to say in Davao City because that's where I am. Davao City. Examples. Bell gears, saddle seats, carbon handlebars, uh, my products are higher quality for um, higher income bike enthusiasts who go off road. Okay, making it up. I want you to create, let's just use 3 Facebook posts talking about these products and encouraging people to visit my store. Okay, so that's the instruction. Okay, so let's see what we get and how long it takes. So it gave us carbon handlebars, ultimate control. You see, it's giving us these ideas. Will I use these exactly? Maybe, maybe not. All right. But Roger, okay, bicycle CT camera, but you can use something like this, right? So visit our store, elevate your ride with our saddle seat, gear up for off-roading adventures. It looks inviting. Now let's try this. So now we have 3 posts. Okay, redo using humor. Okay, there. Let's see what we get. Redo using humor. Tired of feeling like your bike is auditioning for a spaghetti commercial? Whatever it is, right? Let's try this. Redo using a level of urgency. Okay. So we started with 3, we have 6, now we have 9. Do you see that, ladies and gentlemen? Do you like what you see so far? If you like what you see so far, type in yes. Okay. Now, so I'm not going to finish this. I'm going to teach you one more trick, and then I'm going to go into graphics very quickly. All right. So I'll stop generating. Let me do a new. Let me do something new. Okay, new chat. Okay, let's close this out. Hold on, let me move it over because I think you all saw some of my prompts earlier, but it's okay. Okay, let's do this. So I want to teach you something that is very, very, very important. Okay, so let's say let's use the bicycle alarm and what was it? Cameras? Was it who was that I asked earlier? Can somebody type it in because you guys type so fast? Okay. Safety camera with lights for bikes. All right. So, and what was your position again, Roger? Something manager, right? Roger, if you can type it in for me. Support manager. Okay. So, I am the support manager for a. Doesn't have to be exact. Okay, for a bicycle accessories company in Davao, example, yeah, Davao City. All right. Okay, I'll answer Jan Morel's question. You know what? I'll answer it in combination. All right. Um, Now I'm going to switch gears. Hey, you like that bicycle pun? I'm going to switch gears to let's see. We sell on Shopify and let's see. And I want to make our Instagram. Okay. I want to make our Instagram profile more popular.
Coach, excuse
More.
me.
Yes.
There might be a mistake here because I think your screen just did something wrong. You typed something wrong. Instead of Shopify,
Okay.
you typed shoplift.
Oh, okay. We don't want shoplift. We want Shopify.
That will give a
Thank
different
you.
result. That will give a different
Yes, thank
result.
you. This is an example of the answer you get is only as good as the question that you type in, right? Okay, so we sell on Shopify and I will make our Instagram profile more popular, more followers, and more buyers. So most people would stop there and hit enter, correct? Right? So yeah, autocorrected. Thank you, Michael Franz. So we need to type in one statement, yeah, that would change the results. Okay, so here is that one statement or one question or one instruction. To understand my business and product to a higher level, ask me 20 questions that will help you do that. Okay, so we type enter. So now it says, okay, to better understand your bicycle company that you want to get your Instagram or followers. So it's asking me all these questions. Okay. And you answer these questions. And when you answer the questions, the ChatGPT AI will have your knowledge and will be able to really customize what you needed to do. Okay. So let's say you answered these questions already. Okay, you want to ask this one. Are there any more questions you need to ask me? Okay, hit enter. Okay, so now it's giving more questions. So we answer these things. Ladies and gentlemen, we're now at 3:30. Can I have an extra 5 minutes to show you one more thing on graphics? And tell me if you like this. Okay, you can use this to help you. Okay, now let's go back to this one. Hold on, yeah. Let me pull this over here. Okay, so let me bring this back here. Okay, now. Okay, so y'all like what you've seen so far, yes? Okay, so let's say I have this post. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to copy this. Just post one. Okay, I'm going to copy it and I'm going to ask the ChatGPT, can you suggest a text for me to generate an image in okay, that's enough. Can you suggest a text for me to generate an image? Let's see. For this post. Okay, so let's see. Let's see what we get. So, do you see, it's telling me what text I can use to generate an image. Now, here's the magic. Okay, let me do this. And I'm doing it a little quicker to show you how quickly we can do it. Okay, right here. So we copy this, right? So now let me go to Leonardo. And Leonardo might take a couple minutes. So I want to, let's see, where are you? I want to generate an image, AI image generation. I type in, oh, this was the last one I did. Give me a landscape image that is super realistic with rainbows, waterfalls, and rolling hills. And this is what it gave me. Okay, so let's type this in. Okay, let's generate and let's come back to it in a minute. Do y'all use Canva? Yes, let me show you something on Canva. Okay, so let's go to Canva. Let me think, yeah. Let me think. We go to apps. We go to craft your no, that's type. Let's see, what do we text to image, use in a new design. I want to create let's see, let me see. Use in a new design. I want to do a custom size. Let's just do 1080 1080. Oh, hold on. Okay, create new design. Let's go here. And I don't know if it will take that much, but let's try. Okay, let's hit enter and let's see what comes up. Okay, while we're waiting, let me check the Leonardo. Oh, wow. Do you see that? That's what generated with the content. So now you don't need to go out into the forest to take pictures. You don't need to, do all these things. In the space of what, 1 minute, we got these images, right? And if we want more, we want to adjust it, we pull it out, we put it into Canva, we can make the edits. Now, let's take a look at here. Wow. Okay, so let's use this one. Okay, let me make it a little bit bigger. So now this is what Canva generated for us with that prompt. Does that make sense, ladies and gentlemen? Do you like this? In the space of 5 minutes, we created 9 Facebook posts, right? And we can generate images. Do you like that? Okay, so let me go back to, and I know we're running out of time. So I showed you how to create documents. Hold on. Okay. So I showed you how to create documents. All right. I showed you how to create agreements. I showed you how to create marketing materials. I showed you how to create an email. I showed you how to even something as simple as a Facebook marketplace ad, right? Which literally took 30 seconds to do. If not, I'd have to sit down. Usually what I have to do is sit down and like write down, and 15 minutes later, maybe I have something, okay? I showed you how to take a Facebook post, and you can actually do this with anything that you ask ChatGPT to suggest the text prompt to put into a graphic prompt. Canva and Leonardo Midjourney works the same way, and it generated images for you. Okay, now there are platforms incorporating AI. All right, I'm not going to show you exactly. On LinkedIn, right? If you they're starting something new. I just noticed it. Maybe I'm slow, but I just noticed it maybe 2 weeks ago. That when you post something on LinkedIn, right? It asks you, do you want to use AI to help you write your post? Okay, and then Canva. I just showed you how to use Canva with the prompts. Okay, you don't need to go and crack your head like, oh, I'm going to create this image. I got to go and take a picture in the mountain or wherever it is. It generates the image for you, and then you can edit from there. All right. So with that, I want to thank you for listening. I want to thank all of you for paying attention, asking the questions. We're going to go into our Q&A right now. I want to ask you this question. I made you a promise at the beginning of our session. All right. I promised you something at the beginning of our session. Did I fulfill that promise right now? If it's yes, type in a YES exclamation. If it's no, just type an X. Okay. If I did do that, you have to understand that the quality of the content that you receive today is of a very high level. Okay. Hold on, let me clear that hall. Sorry. So it's of a very high level, and you paid $0 to be here. So I'm going to ask you a favor, all of you. All right. I want you to visit the ARIVA Academy Facebook page, and I want you, this session is being live streamed on their Facebook, on Ariva Academy's Facebook, and it's also on, I believe, YouTube Live.
Yes, also.
What I want, thank you, Kate. What I want each and every one of you to do, I'm going to ask Kate to share the link right now, okay, on the Facebook page, and I want every single one of you to click on that link, and I want you to share it. Is that fair to request? Okay, if it is, please do it. The value that you're getting today is immense. Okay, so with that, we'll get into our Q&A. I will answer any question to the best of my ability. All right. So with that, I want to thank, once again, I want to thank all of you for paying attention. I want to thank all of you for your participation, cooperation, and I will thank you in advance for sharing this webinar from Ariva's Facebook page. And let's see, I think it's there already, right? Yeah, if you click on the facebook.com Ariva Academy, it'll show the webinar that's going on now. Please go ahead and share it. Okay. So with that, Kate, let's open up for any questions.
Yes, thank you so much, Coach Chris. So yes, now we're opening the floor for questions. You might have a lot of questions. Type them here in the chat box. Click the raise hand button, or just let me know if it's a sensitive question. Send it to me privately. When I read it, I won't be reading your name. So while it is for free, you can ask questions. After this webinar, it won't be free anymore, right, Coach Chris? I get a commission.
Most probably, yes.
Okay, I have a question here already. Here's the first question. How will the adoption of AI impact job roles and job markets across various industries? And what other new roles might emerge as a result?
Okay, so I can tell you on a smaller scale, is impacted the kinds of personnel that I'm hiring. All right, I don't need that many admins, content creators, copywriters. I don't need that many anymore. I will still need them. All right. I also I don't need to, how would I put it? I don't need to pay an attorney for the hours to generate a document. I can actually generate the document and then send it to them for review and adjustments. That cuts down on the number of hours. So we're talking about productivity and efficiency. If you ask me, what might change, possibly some roles will have to be adjusted, maybe go away at some point in the future. But my thinking is that you're going to get individuals. Maybe the titles will be something like ChatGPT prompt engineer, or you get people that are more specialized in taking your content, your documents, and making it into a PowerPoint, using AI to assist you with that, right? Does that make sense to whoever asked the question?
Yes, thank you for that. Here's another question. This time it is from Val. Is there an AI tool, video creator like Midjourney and Leonardo, but video prompting instead?
Okay, so there's two ways to answer this question. The first is, creating a video from scratch. You need the script, you need, the storyboard, basically the whole storyline. And let's talk about a simple video, just with a script and a storyboard. ChatGPT can actually create the script for you, and then you adjust it. So that's for that part. If you're talking about an AI tool video creator, I don't know of one offhand. The one that I shared with you earlier, video, would come close to that, right? That I shared at the very beginning. If you look at the website that I gave you earlier, what was it called? Futurepedia, something, I think, whatever it was, that I shared earlier. If you type in video prompt or video tools, it will show you what AI is available for that. I hope that makes sense to you, Val. Most welcome.
Okay. He said thank you. Next question. Here's another interesting question. What steps should an organization take to ensure that their employees are adequately trained and prepared to work alongside AI systems?
Well, you need to attend. Okay, let's backtrack a little. Okay, AI and ChatGPT as a concept is new, but as a technology that replaces people or enhances people is not new. I'll give you an example, and I think Lance, this kind of goes into your question as well. Okay, let's use the movie making business. We use the movie making business as an example. If let's say there's a car chase, and then the camera is up here, like the car is like, and there's a camera like following the car. What used to be the technology for that? It used to be a helicopter and a cameraman, right? It used to be a helicopter and a cameraman in that helicopter shooting filming the car.
Yes.
As technology advanced, what replaced the helicopter and the cameraman? A drone.
Yeah,
right?
yes.
So who's out of work? The helicopter pilot and the cameraman, right? Did it replace all cameramen? No, it did not. It replaced that particular job function, okay? So AI and ChatGPT will replace particular job functions. And if you do it right, it will actually enhance job functions. You see, okay, even the drone, what's the next technology after that? CGI, right? So we went from helicopter and cameraman to the drone and the drone pilot, right? To CGI, where you don't even need to leave the studio. All right. So did our cameramen replace? No. Cameramen had to evolve and adapt and enhance themselves because we still need cameramen. We just don't need the cameraman in the helicopter shooting the car as it's driving along. I hope that makes sense.
It
Okay.
does. It does to me. It does. So thank you so much for answering that. Here's another question. Can ChatGPT be used for information security to protect our organization?
Well, if you're asking me if it's going to stand guard and protect you, I don't think any AI, unless it's a specific cybersecurity AI that can do that. As I said, what was the website? Futurepedia, whatever it was. If you search there, or if you search, there will probably be an AI that can do that for you. All right. ChatGPT would probably be able to do it for you, but you have to be very, very specific with the instruction. Okay.
Thank you. Again, here's another question from Charles. What is the implication of ChatGPT to education?
Okay. Education, the way that education is today has been the same for about 140, 150 years. There's been very little advancement to the way that we learn in schools. And the way that we learn in schools is not enough. Okay, schools were in the way that we recognize schools today was invented in about 140, 150 years ago. All right. So we have to question this, okay? Do we need to know when was this war, or what's in the Constitution? Do we need to know those things? No, because we can pick up our phone and we can type those things in and get the answer just like that. All right. But what we need in education is a few things. All right. The first to me is that we must have the foundations of language, culture, mathematics, science. We must have that foundation. Okay, so we actually have to go more than that. The next thing is we need to stop memorizing a lot of things. We need to start understanding things rather than memorizing, because if you memorize it, you can forget. If you understand it, you will never forget. Okay. So then, as I mentioned at the very beginning, the ethical part, students that want a shortcut, what did they use before ChatGPT? They Googled the answers. So what is the difference? All right. The difference now is ChatGPT is more complete. It's more complete. And that's exactly why we have anti-plagiarism checkers. Okay, so that's my opinion on the for education.
Here's an interesting question. So, about that question a while ago, about the education, this is a question from Tita Sarah. Do we have regulations regarding use of AI, especially here in the Philippines?
I'm so sorry, I don't know the answer to that question. If it's not regulations, then the company should have their own policy and guidelines. If it's not at a government level, then it has to be at an organization or an institution level in terms of education, right? So a company hires you to do a function, to fulfill a responsibility. If you outsource that function to an AI or ChatGPT, why are you there? As I said earlier, you have to put in your spin, your ingredients, and your expertise and skills and knowledge into it. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you so much. Here's another question. Coach, how do we get the buy-in of stakeholders, especially those who are boomers, to adapt in this new technology?
Well, your question is very interesting. Okay, because why would we have to get the buy-in? Every generation, has resistance to the upcoming generation, isn't it? Right? And sometimes it's a generational. That's why we label Gen X, Gen Y, millennials, boomers. That's why we have those labels. But I think nowadays, especially from previous to my generation, okay, like Kate, right? Previous to my generation, it's not so much an age thing anymore. It's not so much age; it's more mentality, kind of thinking. So, if you don't adopt or if you don't adapt, you're going to get left behind. Can you push someone to it? Yes. When you pull someone towards it, yes. Okay. But if they refuse to be pushed or pulled, they have to be left behind. Right? Does that make sense?
I think, Coach, the person who's asking it is asking because these boomers, the stakeholders, are the bosses. So they will be the one
Okay.
approving. So they really need to get the buy-in of those people.
Just don't tell them you're using it. If they're not going to buy in, they're not going to buy in, right? Uh, once again, that's an age-old problem to that is not specific to AI or ChatGPT. We had this conversation when internet came out. We had this problem when Google came out. We had this problem when a Facebook came out. Oh, they don't want to accept it, right? So it's a never-ending classification of a question or situation that will keep on happening as we progress in our lives. So it's not a new question. So my and please don't say that I instructed you to do this. One of the things that I also adhere to is it's easier to ask for forgiveness than it is to ask for permission.
Oh, okay. We got that.
Yeah.
So
But
everyone
please,
take note of that.
please, nobody is allowed to say, oh, this guy on Ariva Academy, he taught us to do it that way. No, I'm not, okay? I'm telling you what I would do.
Okay, thank you for that. Another question. Coach, who owns the copyright to AI generated content?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. If the more specific you are in the instruction, the more specific you are in the instruction, the more detailed and comprehensive the answer would be. And I think the more detailed your instruction is, the more that you would own it, right? Okay. Yeah.
Okay, few more questions before we end our webinar. Here's another one from Jan Marielle. How can ChatGPT help the e-commerce today?
Okay, yours is a very wide open question. All right. It can help, as I showed you, with description of your products and services when you post it on e-commerce. How you can classify your how you can classify and target your demographic. What are the benefits you can talk about when you're trying to sell your product? It's a whole range of things. It's really a whole range. So when you say help you, how can it help you? Whatever you're doing now to sell more product e-commerce wise, actually online and offline as well, you can type in that question into ChatGPT and it will give you an answer. In fact, what I would do is like, how can you help me sell more product? And then explain what your product is and then see what the answer is. And then just do that, right?
Okay. Okay. I think we're down to our last two questions.
Okay.
Here's another question. This one is from Yin Kun. What is the difference between version 3.5 and version 4? And which version will you recommend us to subscribe?
Okay. I do not use version 4 because version 4 right now is, as Karen says, is a premium account. I believe it's 20 USD per month to use version 4. I have had no issues with 3.5, which is the free account. There was a difference when I was using 3.0 to 3.5, and that difference was lagging, waiting for the answers. And sometimes you cannot even use ChatGPT at 3.0 because it says the network, too many users. But I have not seen that issue with 3.5, which is free right now. Okay.
Okay, thank you. And this is the last question. You've given us a lot of advantages in using AI, but is there a possible disadvantage in using ChatGPT or other AI platforms?
Of course. The first is that you become lazy. Okay. And we want to try our very, very best to prevent that. We cannot say, oh, I'm going to save time and then, just rely everything on a machine, right? Because the magic is here, is the brain. The magic is the brain. So that would be the possible disadvantage. Another slight disadvantage, I think right now, is a stigma. It's like, did you, let's say I created a document. Hey, Chris, did you write this yourself or did you use ChatGPT to write it for you? So, and then, the stigma is, oh, you know what? I wrote it myself. And then that becomes lying, isn't it? Okay. If you don't, then you'll have the stigma of like, hey, you use AI, you didn't do it yourself. So then there's a slight embarrassment that you have to admit that you didn't put in the work. But I think what we need to do is we need to be more complete in the way that we give an instruction. And then whatever output we get, we still have to go through it line by line and make it better. Okay? That I think that all makes sense, right?
It does, it does. And that ends our Q&A portion. Thank you so much, Coach Chris. We really appreciate all the answers we got from you. And thank you to all of our participants for asking those really interesting questions. We also learned a lot from you because of your questions. Thank you so much. Coach Chris would like to present you with the certificate. Let me just show it and read it. ARIVA Academy Learning Development at its finest gratefully presents the Certificate of Appreciation to Coach Chris Randolph, for imparting his professional expertise, valuable insights, knowledge, and wisdom as resource speaker during the conduct of online learning session entitled AI and ChatGPT, how ChatGPT and Generative AI will shape the future of work, given the 6th day of September 2023 via Zoom conference, signed by J.M. Matienzo, Chairman and Chief Strategist, Learning Event Producer, and Michelle Irish Malonda Samson, President and Chief Learning and Development Strategist. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause for our speaker, Coach Chris Randall. Thank you so much, Coach. Now, before we end our live webinar, let's open all of our cameras. Please, for those whose cameras are still turned off, turn it on right now because we will be having a group photo. There you go. If your camera is still turned off, turn it on right now. And then let me call on our technical director, Direct Dana. Please help us out.
There we go. Thank you so much for your warm welcome, Miss Kate. Hello, everyone. Again, for those who haven't opened their cameras yet, we encourage everyone to participate to our group photo. Okay, so I'll be taking a total of 2 pictures, everyone. For our first one, can you please do hand hearts like that? There we go. Kindly pair it with your biggest and flawless smiles. There we go. All right, is everyone ready? Okay, I'll be taking your pictures in 3, 2, 1. There we go. Thank you so much, everyone. And for our second shot, can we do a wacky shot? Do any pose that you want, everyone. Nothing offensive, okay? All right, wackier. Let's go. All right, I'll be taking your pictures in 3, 2, 1. There we go. Thank you so much again, everyone. Back to you, Miss Kate.
Thank you so much, Direct Dana. In behalf of everyone from ARIVA Academy, I'd like to say thank you to all of our participants for being with us this afternoon. We really learned a lot from our speaker and from all of you, and we're looking forward to welcoming you again in our future learning events. Thank you, everyone. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Bye-bye.